Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm talking about Dark Knights of Steel 3 and 4. So this is a series based on the sort of the DC lore of all the DC characters, set in a time of who knows when, but everything is medieval. So we had the first two issues with ending with Jor-El being shot with a green arrow. Who knows where that came from? It looked like it could have been some sort of magic as well as a certain green arrowed person. And now Zara is out for blood. She wants revenge. And it seems like all hell is breaking loose. Now, I did at first enjoy this series. The first two issues seemed very interesting. I loved the idea of a sort of an Elseworld based on a medieval period. What we've got now going forward into issues 3 and 4, we're now a quarter of the way through it, and I'm starting to see kind of cracks within the writing. Without giving too much away, Lex Luthor is a part of it, and he plays a mix between Lex Luthor, Joker, and Green Lantern. And there's too much going on there, to be honest. I enjoyed the backstory about how he has a conflict with the elves, but other than that, like I said, there's so much confusion about the character in the fact that he's three people within DC canon, and I don't think that's quite right. I also am not. I completely understood that Kara went out for blood and she went and killed Jefferson's son. You know, something out of rage, just emotion. But in issues 3 and 4, she's continuing that by going on a sort of killing rampage. Now, for me personally, the sort of the Superman characters of Kal-El and Zor-El are what everything is to be good, and they can have their off days without a doubt, as Kara does in issue 2. But to have that continue, I think that loses something of the character completely, and it's a shame, because these are supposed to be, you know, the sort of the moral high ground kind of characters. So the fact that you're losing the integrity of the characters right there is an issue for me. Like, I'm more than happy to consider it an Elseworlds book. That's not a problem. But when you start messing with the characters too much, that's when I start having a problem. Similar to the way that Batman is a part Kryptonian, because Martha had a fling with Jor-El. Now, that in itself, okay, but when they start detailing it, I'm like, okay, you're going into too much detail, causing a problem again with their characters themselves. Thomas and Martha, again, they portrayed the kind of upstanding citizens that would do anything for Gotham, but we all know that, you know, they're human. Whereas Jor-El, again, he's meant to be an upstanding citizen, a scientist, you know, someone with integrity. So to show these kinds of things, again, calls into question the characters. So I'm not a big fan of the way that they're changing things, to be honest. I'm still very much intrigued as to the idea going forward and what they're going to do with the medieval period and how they're actually going to solve things. I especially like the fact that there is a war coming. There seems to be a civil war between all kinds of factions. So it'd be interesting to see how that plays out. But I'm still not a big fan of them altering the characters too much. I'm a bit of a purist that way, and if you're going to have an Elseworlds, great, have an Elseworlds, but you've got to keep the characters the way that they should be, otherwise they're not the characters that they were. So, like I said, so for me it's starting to lose its appeal, but I am still invested at the moment, and hopefully things will get better. And hopefully we'll continue on with a good story, especially with this the breaking out of war. Who knows? But guys, if you have read Dark Knights of Steel, I believe the volume 1 might be coming out soon. Obviously, it is a 12-issue mini-series, so we've had, I think, probably about 6 or so out now already. If you have read any of those, please let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because it really, really does help me out. And I'll see you on the next video.